The station is quiet here, tucked away in the quiet hour between dusk and deep night. The air smells faintly of cool stone and distant rain, a clean scent that washes over you like a gentle touch. You step onto the platform, your footsteps making no sound against the smooth, dark tiles. There are no other travelers rushing about, no announcements echoing through the high vaulted ceiling. Just a soft, golden light glowing from the waiting train, its windows reflecting the stillness of the evening. You approach the door of your carriage. It opens easily, sliding aside with a whisper to reveal a space that feels entirely yours. Inside, the seat is wide and inviting, upholstered in deep blue velvet that looks as soft as moss. You step inside and let the door close behind you, sealing out the rest of the world for now. The interior is warm, lit by a small lamp with a shade made of parchment that casts a honeyed glow across the wooden panels. You turn to face the seat. It beckons you to rest. Slowly, you lower yourself into it, letting your body sink deep into the plush cushions. The fabric yields beneath you, holding you gently, supporting your weight without any effort on your part. You adjust your position just once or twice, finding the angle that feels most natural, most comfortable. Perhaps you lean back slightly, or maybe you tilt your head to the side. Whatever feels right, the seat accepts you completely. As you settle, you feel the day beginning to lift from your shoulders. The tightness in your neck loosens, the weight in your arms softens. Even your hands, which have been busy all day, rest open and still in your lap. You are alone here, but you are not lonely. This solitude is spacious and safe, like a room built just for this moment of peace. Outside the window, the world is blurred into streaks of amber and shadow. The train gives a small, gentle shudder, a quiet signal that it is ready to move. You do not need to hurry. There is no schedule to meet, no destination to rush toward. For now, there is only this moment, this seat, this breath. You let your eyes rest, perhaps closed, perhaps just soft and unfocused on the warm light ahead. Thoughts may drift by like clouds across a twilight sky. Some come clearly, some are vague and indistinct. You do not need to hold on to any of them. You do not need to solve anything or remember anything important. Everything can wait until morning. Here, in this quiet carriage, time slows down. The ticking of the clock on the wall is steady and soothing, marking seconds that stretch out comfortably long. You breathe in slowly, filling your lungs with the warm air. You breathe out, letting go of any remaining tension. With each exhale, you feel a little heavier, a little more grounded in the seat. The wood of the carriage feels solid beneath you, unshakable and secure. The rhythm of the train begins to emerge. A low, rhythmic hum that vibrates gently through the floor and up into your bones. It is a comforting sound, like a heartbeat, steady and reliable. You are safe here. You are held. The day has ended and its tasks are done. All that remains is the journey ahead, slow and smooth, carrying you deeper into the night. The train begins to glide forward, picking up speed with a grace that feels effortless. The platform slides away, replaced by the dark landscape beyond. You watch it go, or perhaps you just sense it moving, drifting along with the motion of the carriage. There is no jolt, no sudden change. Just a continuous, gentle flow forward into the quiet darkness, toward the valley where dreams wait to be found. The train gives a soft, almost imperceptible sigh as it begins to move. There is no jolt, no sudden lurch, just a gentle forward momentum that feels like being lifted on a wide, slow tide. You settle deeper into the plush blue velvet of your seat, feeling the fabric cradle your back and shoulders in a way that seems tailored specifically for rest. The warmth of the carriage surrounds you, a cozy bubble of honeyed light against the deep indigo of the night outside. As the wheels begin their quiet rhythm, striking the tracks with a steady, hypnotic cadence, the world inside the station starts to fade. You watch through the large, rounded window as the platform lights blur into streaks of amber and gold. The buildings along the edge of the station slip away slowly, their shapes softening until they are nothing more than gentle silhouettes against the dark sky. The noise of the day, the chatter, the traffic, the ringing phones, the hurried footsteps begins to recede. It does not vanish abruptly but dissolves like sugar in warm water, leaving behind only a clear, quiet sweetness. Outside the window, the darkness is not empty. It is alive with the gentle passage of leaves. These are not ordinary leaves from an ordinary tree, but leaves made of thought, drifting past in slow motion. They catch the faint light from within your carriage, glowing with soft shades of silver and pale green. You notice one leaf that holds a memory of a task you needed to finish. It floats by, turning lazily in the breeze, and then settles gently on the glass before sliding away into the night. Another leaf carries a fleeting worry, a small knot of tension. It drifts past your view, untangling itself as it goes, becoming lighter and more transparent until it is barely there at all. You do not need to catch them or hold onto any of them. They simply pass, like clouds moving across an evening sky, shaped by the wind of your own release. Some leaves are larger, carrying heavier burdens, but even they move with a slow, graceful ease. You watch them go, feeling a sense of lightness grow in your chest. The air inside the carriage feels cleaner, fresher, as if each passing leaf carries away a bit more dust from the mind. The rhythm of the train helps this process. With every click and hum, you feel a little more detached from the hurry of the day. The ticking of the small clock on the wall beside you marks time not in seconds to be counted, but in moments to be experienced. Tick-tock, tick-tock. Each sound is a gentle invitation to let go. You breathe in, and with each exhale, a new leaf passes by. It is as if the train itself is sweeping the slate clean, carrying you further and further away from everything that required your attention. The landscape outside begins to change. The sharp lines of the station give way to rolling hills covered in mist. The darkness here is soft and protective, like a heavy blanket pulled up to your chin. You feel safe in this transition, suspended between the world you have left behind and the destination you are approaching. There is no rush. The train knows exactly where it is going, and it will not arrive until you are ready. For now, there is only the comfort of motion, the warmth of the seat, and the beautiful, drifting leaves of thought that float away into the quiet night. You settle deeper into the plush seat as the train glides forward, carrying you away from the bustle of the day and toward the quiet embrace of the valley. The motion is smooth, a gentle rocking that feels like being held by something steady and sure. You might let your eyes close if that feels comfortable, or simply soften your gaze, watching the world outside blur into a watercolor painting of twilight hues. There is no need to focus on anything specific. You are safe here, suspended in this moving sanctuary, drifting toward the horizon where the sky meets the earth in a soft gradient of indigo and violet. As the train moves, you begin to notice a rhythm within yourself that mirrors the journey outside. The steady clack of the wheels against the tracks creates a natural metronome for your mind. Click-clack, click-clack. It is a soothing sound, ancient and familiar, like rain tapping against a window pane or waves lapping at a distant shore. You do not need to control this rhythm. You simply allow it to guide you. With each gentle sway of the carriage, you let go of a little more tension. With each soft pause between the sounds, you rest for a moment before moving forward again. You might notice your breath now, though it does not require much attention. It arrives naturally, filling your lungs with cool, clean air that smells faintly of pine and night-blooming jasmine. You do not need to take a deep breath. You do not need to count to 4 or hold it for 2. Your body knows exactly how to breathe. It breathes for you effortlessly just as the train moves on its own tracks. The rhythm of your inhale matches the approaching click of the wheels. The rhythm of your exhale matches the soothing fade of the sound. In and out. Click and clack. It is a quiet synchronization, a gentle harmony between your inner world and the outer journey. You feel lighter now, as if the weight of the day has been left behind at the station. Thoughts may still drift by, like leaves caught in a stream, but they do not need to stop or be analyzed. They simply float past, carried along by the current of the train. You are the observer, resting on the bank, watching the water flow without needing to swim against it. The seat beneath you supports your weight completely. Your shoulders drop away from your ears. Your jaw unclenches, letting the muscles around your mouth soften and relax. Even your fingers, which may have been curled tight during the busy day, now rest loosely in your lap or on the armrest, open and receptive. You feel a pleasant heaviness settling into your limbs, a warm sensation that spreads from your core outward toward your extremities. It is the feeling of safety, of knowing that you do not need to hold yourself up. The train holds you. The seat holds you. The night holds you. There is no rush to arrive. There is only this moment, this breath, this gentle movement through the darkening landscape. The windows frame fleeting glimpses of silver birch trees and misty fields, but you do not need to memorize them. They are there, beautiful and calm, passing by just for you. And as the rhythm continues, steady and reassuring, you feel a deep sense of trust in the journey. You are going somewhere kind. You are going somewhere restful. And until you get there, you are exactly where you need to be, breathing easily, moving gently, drifting into the quiet heart of the night. You may allow the plush seat to hold your weight completely. There is no need to prop yourself up or adjust your posture. The train does its work, rocking you gently from side to side, while you simply surrender to its steady embrace. Let the support beneath you feel solid and unyielding. It holds you so you do not have to hold yourself. Begin by noticing the space between your eyebrows. If there is any furrow there, any tiny line of concentration left over from the day, let it smooth out like water settling into stillness. Allow the skin above your eyes to soften. The muscles around your eyelids grow heavy and loose. Your gaze rests behind closed lids, comfortable in the dark velvet quiet. There is nothing to see here except the peaceful rhythm of the journey. Move your attention downward to your jaw. Often we hold the day tight there, clenching without noticing. Now, let your teeth part slightly. Let your tongue rest lightly on the floor of your mouth. Feel the tension in your lower face dissolve, melting away like snow under a warm sun. Your mouth relaxes into a gentle, neutral ease. Breathing becomes easier when the jaw is free. Each breath flows in and out without resistance, filling you with a sense of calm release. Shift your focus to the area around your neck. The column of your throat feels long and relaxed. Let the muscles at the base of your skull loosen. They sink deeper into the headrest. Imagine a warm, golden light pooling there, warming the stiff tissues until they become pliant and soft. This warmth flows downward into your shoulders. Your shoulders are often heavy with responsibility. Now let them drop. You might feel them sinking further into the seat as you exhale. Let go of the need to carry anything on your shoulders. The train carries everything else. Your shoulders rest easily, wide and open, free from weight. From there, the relaxation flows down your arms. Feel your upper arms growing heavy. The muscles lengthen and soften. This feeling continues into your elbows, down your forearms, and into your wrists. Your hands rest loosely in your lap or against the armrest. Notice the fingers. They curl slightly, relaxed and open. Any tension that lived in your palms or knuckles drifts away. Your hands feel warm and heavy, anchored by gravity supported by the chair. They need do nothing. They simply are. Let this sense of deep ease spread across your chest and abdomen. Your heart beats steadily, a quiet drum in the cabin. Your breathing moves your ribs slightly with each inhalation and exhalation, but there is no effort. It is automatic, gentle, and slow. The muscles of your torso soften. Your belly rests comfortably against the seat cushion. You feel spacious inside, open and unclenched. The relaxation continues down through your hips and into your thighs. Your legs feel thick and heavy, sinking deep into the upholstery. The weight of them is pleasant, a comforting pressure that tells you they are supported. This heaviness travels further, past your knees, down your calves, and into your ankles. Finally, it reaches your feet. Your toes rest loosely, completely at ease. Your entire body now feels like one unified mass of relaxation. From the crown of your head to the tips of your toes, you are soft, loose, and heavy. You feel carried by the train, suspended in a cocoon of comfort. The rhythmic clacking of the wheels seems to vibrate gently through the seat, massaging your bones and muscles. You are safe. You are held. You are ready to drift further into the journey, leaving the physical world behind as you move toward the quiet landscape ahead. The world outside the window begins to shift, softening from the dark blur of passing trees into something more distinct and luminous. It is night now, but not the heavy blackness of midnight. Instead, the landscape is washed in a gentle, silvery light that seems to come from everywhere at once. You look up and see that the sky is no longer a void. It is a vast canvas of deep indigo, scattered with countless tiny stars that twinkle with a quiet, steady rhythm. They do not flicker or dance wildly. They simply hold their place, bright and calm, like distant lanterns hanging in the upper reaches of the universe. The moon has risen high enough to cast its glow across the land below. It is a full, round orb, pale and perfect, sitting like a pearl against the dark velvet of the sky. Its light spills over the earth, turning the familiar shapes of the countryside into something dreamlike and ethereal. The train continues its slow, steady journey, carrying you deeper into this moonlit realm. Through the glass, you can see fields stretching out toward the horizon. They are not dark or shadowy. Instead, they glow with a soft, silver sheen, as if dusted with fine powder or covered in a light frost that reflects the moon's gentle touch. The grass seems to ripple in slow motion, moving like water under a breeze that you cannot feel but can sense. It is a movement that matches the rhythm of your own breathing, slow and effortless. The train passes through these open spaces, and for a moment the entire world feels still. There is no wind rushing against the windows, no leaves rattling in panic, only the quiet, rhythmic clacking of the wheels on the tracks, a sound that has become a lullaby, steady and reassuring. In the distance, you begin to notice small clusters of light. They are villages, nestled in valleys or perched on gentle hillsides. Their roofs are dark shapes against the lighter fields, but their windows glow with warm, golden yellow. These lights are not bright enough to sting your eyes. They are soft and inviting, like candles placed carefully in the dark. You imagine that inside those homes, people are settling in for the night. Some are reading by firelight. Others are sitting quietly, enjoying the peace of the evening. There is no hurry in these villages. No one is rushing to get somewhere else. Everyone is exactly where they need to be. The train glides past a bridge that crosses a quiet river. The water below mirrors the sky above, creating a second layer of darkness and starlight. The reflection is so clear that it is hard to tell where the sky ends and the water begins. The river flows slowly, its surface undisturbed except for the faint wake of the train's shadow passing over it. You can almost hear the gentle lap of water against the banks, a sound so soft it blends with the hum of the train. As the landscape continues to unfold, you notice that the details become less sharp. The edges of the trees blur into soft shapes. The distinction between the fields and the sky becomes a gradient of silver and blue. This is the magic of moonlight. It simplifies the world, taking away the harsh lines and busy colors of the day, leaving only the essential forms and the soothing glow. You feel yourself sinking deeper into the seat, your eyes growing heavy as they take in this peaceful scene. The boundary between what you see outside and what you feel inside begins to dissolve. The coolness of the night air seems to seep through the glass, mingling with the warmth of the cabin. It is a balanced temperature, neither too cold nor too warm, just right for sleep. You notice a single large tree standing alone in a field nearby. Its branches are spread wide, catching the moonlight in their leaves. They shimmer and sway slightly, even though the air is still. It looks like a guardian of the night, watching over the sleeping land with a quiet benevolence. You feel a sense of welcome from this solitary tree, as if it knows you are passing through and is offering you a moment of peace in its shade. The train rounds a gentle curve, and the view opens up to reveal a wider expanse of land. The villages are closer now, their lights forming a constellation on the ground that mirrors the stars above. It is a beautiful symmetry, a connection between the earth and the sky that reminds you how large and yet how intimate the world can be. You are small in this vast landscape, but you are not alone. You are part of this quiet, moonlit world, moving through it with ease and grace. The silver light seems to pulse gently, syncing with your heartbeat. Each beat feels slower, deeper. The train continues its journey into the heart of the valley, leaving behind the darker edges of the night and moving toward a place that feels increasingly like home. The stars above seem to lean down, watching you pass, their light guiding your way through the soft, silver darkness. Inside the carriage, the air is still and sweet with the scent of old wood and warm wool. The amber light from the small lamp on the table casts a soft, golden glow that pools gently around your hands. It is a quiet warmth, not hot but comforting, like a cup of tea held between both palms. You feel it radiating outward, touching your shoulders, your arms, your chest, wrapping you in a cocoon of security that feels as natural as breathing itself. The hum of the train is low and steady, a deep vibration that travels through the floorboards and up into your seat, supporting your weight with every gentle sway. It is a sound that asks nothing of you, simply existing in the background like a heartbeat that belongs to the night. Outside the window, the world becomes a blur of silver and indigo, but inside, everything remains sharp in its comfort. The tracks ahead are smooth and well laid, gleaming faintly under the moonlight as they guide the train forward. There is no jarring, no sudden stops, only a continuous, effortless glide that carries you deeper into the valley. The rhythm of the wheels on the rails is hypnotic, a lullaby made of metal and motion. Each click and hum seems to synchronize with your own breath, slowing it down, making it deeper and more restful. You do not need to steer or watch, you only need to be present in this moving room that feels like a sanctuary suspended in time. The seats are plush and yielding, shaped perfectly to hold your body without demanding any effort from your muscles. Your back rests against the soft fabric, feeling held and supported, as if the train itself is cradling you. The windows are cool to the touch, framing the passing landscape like paintings that shift slowly before your eyes. Fields of tall grass ripple in the breeze, turning silver under the moon's watchful gaze. Small houses with glowing windows appear briefly, their lights tiny stars against the dark earth, offering a sense of distant companionship without intrusion. You are moving through this world, yet separate from its demands, floating above the routine of the day. As the train rounds a gentle curve, the valley opens up below, revealing a tapestry of mist and shadow. The air outside seems thicker here, filled with the quiet whispers of leaves and the distant call of night birds. But inside, the warmth remains constant, a reliable anchor in the drifting night. You might notice how the light flickers just slightly, casting dancing shadows on the ceiling, but it never dims or fails. It is a steady presence, reminding you that you are safe, that you are going nowhere but where you need to be. The journey ahead is long, but there is no rush, no deadline to meet. The train knows the way, and it will take its time arriving at the Valley of Dreams. You can let your eyes grow heavy, or keep them open to watch the silver fields pass by. Either way, you are carried forward, wrapped in amber light and the soothing hum of the night, drifting closer to a place where peace is the only destination. The world outside the window begins to change, losing its sharp edges and distinct shapes. The indigo sky softens into a gentle haze, blending with the deep silver of the distant mountains. It is as if the landscape itself is sighing, relaxing into the night. Inside the carriage, the amber light grows warmer, wrapping around you like a familiar blanket that has been waiting for this very moment. You no longer need to look out to see where the train is going. The destination is no longer a place on a map, but a feeling in your chest, a quiet certainty that you are exactly where you need to be. The rhythmic hum of the wheels becomes a steady lullaby, a low vibration that travels through the floor and into your bones. It is a comforting sound, one that says everything is moving smoothly, everything is on track. The boundaries between the interior sanctuary and the exterior world begin to dissolve. The window frame seems to widen, allowing the cool night air to mingle with the warmth of the wool blanket. You can smell faintly of pine needles and damp earth, sense from a forest that the train is passing through slowly. Perhaps you see a flicker of fireflies drifting along the tracks, tiny sparks of light that dance in the darkness. They do not rush. They float with a leisurely grace, guiding the way without urgency. The scenery outside becomes less defined, turning into strokes of watercolor paint on a wet canvas. Greens and blues merge into one another, creating a soft, undulating pattern that moves in time with your breathing. You might imagine standing on a quiet platform at the end of this journey, but there is also comfort in remaining here, suspended in this moving room of safety. The train does not hurry. It glides over the tracks with a smoothness that makes you feel weightless. Your body feels heavy and loose, supported by the seat beneath you. The amber glow around you pulses gently, like a slow heartbeat, syncing with your own. You do not need to hold on tightly to any thought or memory. They can drift away like leaves on a quiet stream, moving further downstream until they are gone. There is no need to remember what came before, and no need to plan for what comes after. The present moment is spacious and calm. As the journey continues, the sense of movement becomes almost imperceptible. You feel carried by something vast and kind, a gentle force that holds you up. The distinction between being inside and being outside fades completely. You are part of the night, part of the train, part of the quiet valley ahead. The air feels thick with peace, rich and still. You might sense the presence of old trees lining the tracks, their branches reaching out as if to touch the windows. They stand like silent guardians, watching over the travelers with a patient, ancient kindness. The light outside shifts again, becoming softer, more diffuse. It is the color of moonlight on snow, or perhaps starlight on water. It is cool yet comforting, contrasting beautifully with the warm wool around your shoulders. You feel a deep sense of belonging here, as if this train has always been yours and this journey has always been expected. There is a quiet magic in the air, a subtle shimmer that makes everything feel slightly more beautiful than it was before. The tracks stretch out ahead, disappearing into a soft mist. They do not seem to end but simply fade into the distance, inviting you to keep drifting. The rhythm of the train slows just a fraction, matching the slowing of your thoughts. Each sway of the carriage is a gentle nudge toward deeper rest. You are safe. You are held. You are moving toward something wonderful, even if you cannot yet see it clearly. The night wraps around you like a protective shell, shielding you from any noise or disturbance. Inside this bubble of calm, time loses its meaning. There is only now, and the gentle forward motion of the train carrying you into the heart of the valley. The steady rhythm of the tracks begins to slow, stretching out like long, gentle breaths. The vibration beneath you softens, becoming less a movement and more a feeling of being held. The amber light inside the carriage dims further, turning from bright gold to a deep, comforting twilight. Shadows lengthen but remain soft, wrapping around the seats like warm blankets. You are no longer watching the window. The world outside has become a distant memory, replaced by the quiet interior of this moving sanctuary. The hum of the train changes pitch, dropping lower and slower. It is no longer a song of travel but a cradle song, rocking you back into yourself. The boundaries between your body and the seat beneath you grow indistinct. Your weight settles completely, supported by the sturdy wood and plush fabric. There is no need to hold yourself upright, no need to keep your eyes open or your mind alert. You are simply floating in a space that knows exactly how to care for you. The other passengers remain silent, their faces peaceful in the low light. They do not speak, nor do they move. They are part of the stillness, guardians of this quiet hour. You feel a sense of belonging here, among these strangers who share your rest. The train carries you forward into a spacious emptiness, a wordless sleep where thoughts drift away like leaves on a calm lake. There is no destination to reach, only the journey inward. The lights dim until they are mere glows, faint stars in a miniature sky above you. The warmth of the carriage wraps around you, protecting you from any chill in the night air. You breathe in slowly, and the air feels thick with comfort. You breathe out, and the tension leaves your shoulders, your arms, your legs. Your body becomes heavy, sinking deeper into the seat. Your mind becomes light, drifting upward into the soft dark. Dreams await in this quiet space, not as demands but as invitations. They will come when you are ready, in colors and shapes that feel familiar and kind. Perhaps you will walk through a garden of silver flowers. Perhaps you will sit by a still lake under a moon that shines just for you. Or perhaps you will simply rest in a field of soft grass, feeling the earth support you completely. It does not matter what you dream. The only thing that matters is that you are safe. The train continues its slow path through the night, but time has lost its grip. Minutes stretch into hours, or perhaps seconds feel like hours. There is no clock to check, no schedule to keep. There is only this moment of rest, repeated gently over and over. The rhythm of the wheels lulls you deeper, each turn of the axle a step further into sleep. You are carried forward by the train, but also by your own natural desire to rest. The noise fades to a whisper, then to silence. The light fades to black, then to a soft violet haze behind your eyelids. You are drifting now, unmoored from the world you knew before. The story of the journey is complete. The traveler has arrived at the place where stories become dreams. You are held securely by the night, supported by the earth below and the sky above. Everything is quiet. Everything is still. Everything is enough. You let go completely, sinking into the velvet dark, waiting for nothing, needing nothing, simply being.